good. How you doing?
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
I hope you have a good day.
Hope you have a better week.
I hope your month is full of successful days and a lot of great ventures. I hope you just come up, brother.
I hope your whole fucking year is spectacular.
Oh, you hope my year is spectacular.
Yeah.
You got something you want to say to me?
You got something you want to
It's tournament season. So I think one guy to say has got to get into the madness. So whether your picks, whether you love them,
I love you,
or you know they're gonna suck.
I know.
Because they're just rough
and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
You just know they're gonna choke
on your aspirations.
Or maybe your pick is
Full of surprises.
It just pops up on you like,
Hello there.
but whatever your pick is, just know that there is only do
Or do not. There is no try.
And with that, for Peggy, for Ryan, for Easy, for Bar, and for Master Wall, we are out of here. What up, family? It's your boy Amadou, and we are back. We are here for the very first episode of the One Geek Character Tournament. And I have a crew here with me ready to talk some Star Wars. I'm so happy to have everybody on. Let's go through them real quick. Let's start over to whatever direction this is on my camera. One
down,
Mr. Goal Leader Evan Bushkar. How are you? The smack talking has already started.
You know what?
Greatest drink ever. Love
I'm
it.
not gonna let it get to me. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna just take it. I'll dish it back if I have to, but I'm not gonna let this. He's being mean, guys. I'm not into being mean.
You know what? Let's just make this even better.
Thomas.
Next to him. How are you doing?
Put all the couples together. That makes sense.
Yeah. I'm good. The amount of brain power on this screen that is dedicated to knowing things about some space movies is staggering. And I feel like if we redirected those brain cells toward other things, we could cure cancer, world peace, hunger would end. But we know Star Wars things.
But no, we gotta know who plays fucking Joss Pure.
It's too soon.
Today we're going to argue until like the world explodes. Below the major, we have, first off, because she decided to not just acknowledge that the best drink in the world is the best drink in the world, I'm gonna go to Drew. Andrew,
I am a Dr. Pepper lover. Thank you very much.
Dr. Pepper's fucking gross. Let's just get that out. That's the first to go.
Which of the 23 flavors
Not Dr.
do
Pepper.
you
Now we have a
dislike
new
the most?
feud.
Gosh,
We are ranking the 23 flavors, folks.
It's so lucky they're both on the same screen, or I would drop her right now. Andrew, how are you feeling tonight,
I'm
sir?
feeling good. Feeling real good. Just here to talk Star Wars. You know, everybody knows that I'm down to talk Star Wars whenever. Wherever. That's
Shakira.
right. Yeah.
Nice.
All right. And even though she hurts my heart with those comments, I love her dearly.
Don't talk to her about mint chocolate chip ice cream.
I love you dearly, but Dr. Pepper tastes like medicine.
Anyway, how are you feeling about today? You have notes. You're ready to go.
I got notes.
One of the Demolantes is
I
prepared.
made notes because I was like, oh God, I don't want to be unprepared. I'm scared of my choices, but I think I stand by them. So we'll see how they stack up against her. I think we can all agree on who's first to go, but time will tell. I'm excited to see.
We will see.
It's pretty obvious.
Next to the Demolantes is Alex Damon. Who's been, you know what? I'll leave that comment to myself. Alex, how are you? How are you doing?
I'm good. I meant to ask before we went live, but I'll ask now. What are we playing for, and how do we win tonight?
We are playing for a lightsaber that I have in my dog's bed, and yell the loudest. That's how you win.
How
chewed
chewed is it? How chewed up is it?
It's good, but slightly chewed.
It
So
doesn't
near-
bug me at all.
near mint?
I just want to win. If I can.
Okay.
Can
all
I
right,
use
as
it
long
in
as
my
you
Star
can
Wars
win.
cosplay at Celebration?
But no, the lightsaber is purple. Last but not least, Miss Molly Damon. Molly, thank you for coming on. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I'm excited. I am not prepared with anything, so I'm just here to cause chaos.
Then let's do it. Let's cause chaos. And if you just don't happen to know why we're here, we are here for what is called One Gotta Stay. We're doing a tournament. We're getting into a geek tournament where we're starting off in the Galaxies division, where these lovely panelists have to choose between 6 of the most beloved characters in Star Wars: Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, Leia Organa, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Darth Vader / Anakin, and Yoda. And they can only keep one. The rest of them are gone forever. However they want to take that, however you decide what that is. That's what they're doing. Alex is looking to do that. And what we're going to do, since it's a tournament, the top 2 characters of this round get to move on to the next round. And how that's determined is between their picks and the fan vote. Any first place vote, anyone kept gets 5 points. Anyone who almost stayed, so stayed second, gets 3 points. And anyone who is in the third position gets 1. And the 2 characters with the top amount of points at the end will move on to round 2.
I like it.
I didn't see Ben Quaderneros on there, and I didn't know if that was a mistake or.
Has to be a mistake.
It was a slight oversight. I should have put him on the list.
Same question, but with Poe Nudo. That's
Yeah, there was no write-in option.
Yeah.
But we're all
No,
in agreement. We're gonna all turn on Amru for making us do this, right?
yeah.
That's fine.
No
with
Biggs
me.
option
You're
for
here.
Alex. I mean, that was a
You
fucking
can't
solid-
leave now. But with that, you know what? Let's just get into it. We're gonna start off. Miss Molly. Molly, who
I have to go first.
is your
Hell yeah.
number 4?
Okay. My number 4 is Yoda.
All right.
So
Okay.
there it is.
Why do you have Yoda as your number 4?
I am not really sure. I just this is so hard because a lot of these you can't have without the other, and I'm trying to make it make sense in my brain, but it just won't. It doesn't work. But Yoda is my number 4. I would love for him to say, but you know what? If Baby Yoda was on this list, everybody's going home.
Yeah.
Everybody else.
There's no
Like,
debate.
you love Grogu. Why are you kicking Yoda out the door?
Because he's not Grogu.
They're 2 different people.
Trade him in for the younger model.
At
I
what
was very
age,
much surprised.
Molly? At what age of Baby Yoda does he get booted off the list, though? Like, when does he become not cute anymore? Age 100 or?
We haven't seen that yet, so I
True.
can't comment on that.
I would just want to see stay a baby until age 800, and then immediately just start
He just
rapidly-
morphs
Puberty's rough.
I was very surprised when Grogu didn't get very many votes when I put it up there. I was like, okay, well, that's not happening. But hey, with anybody else, does anybody else have Yoda at their number 4?
I was actually
Negative.
thinking this was ridiculous, but I have him at Yoda 4 as well.
Ooh.
At
You
4?
see me as number 4 is Yoda.
Why do you
You
why,
hear
why
me
do you
right
have
now
Yoda?
just fumbling through this? Yoda's my number 4, damn it.
And why do you have Yoda at number 4?
Oh,
Explain, sir.
yeah.
Explain yourself.
Okay. So, I just, I love Yoda, but he doesn't have my whole heart all the time. There are mistakes that he makes that I think cost the galaxy a great deal. I'm not one of these people, these like incels who thinks Yoda's like a horrible person. But Yoda's great, but he makes some mistakes.
Diving right into the incel talk.
Mm-hmm.
I love
I'm not one of these people that's like, oh, dude, Yoda's the villain of the saga. I'm like,
yeah.
fuck
He's the
this
real
One of those
alpha of
clickbait
Star
articles.
Wars, all right?
Yoda,
cool.
Yoda had more positive impact on the galaxy after he died than anything that he did alive.
Oh.
That's a good point.
You can't say
Let's
that.
just be-
No,
you
man's
can't
900
say
years
that.
old. You don't know what
That's a
else he
lot
did.
of time to make a lot of mistakes.
That's George Lucas's fault for not showing us the previous 900 years. Like, that's not my fault.
Very true. Very true. All right. Well, then Molly and Yoda Leader have Yoda gone first. Well, fourth, because there are 6, and we will get to that later. But let's move on to Major. Major, Thomas Harper, who do you have as your number 4?
Got another Jedi at number 4, and that would be Luke Skywalker at number 4.
Get him off the screen.
Luke's got to go.
Oh my god!
I love
like
Luke.
About that, Chief?
I like it.
I love Luke, but this is a horse race, and my argument will be clearer as the other picks are revealed. But at the end of the day, while I think Luke's decision to walk away was the right one for his character, it fit the story perfectly. I think it was emblematic of sort of the reasons why the Jedi Order was wrong for the galaxy in many ways at its height, but on the opposite end of the spectrum. So I'm not one that wanted Luke to go out and just battle everybody alone or continue in that sort of warrior mentality that got the Jedi in trouble during the Clone Wars. But I do think, however, that his decision to walk away, his sort of collapse into the emotional pull of feeling like he failed Leia, failed his family, it left the galaxy high and dry, left a power vacuum that was quickly filled, and caused a lot of problems downstream. So Luke's number 4.
Obviously, don't spoil this, spoil any future choices, but I'm going to guess that you chose Anakin because he's the only person on this list to have ever flown a Y-Wing. That's what I think your criteria was.
That's true, too.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
You can say everything you want about Luke, but he flew an X-Wing, and that's what I'm really thinking.
That's what this really boils down to. This is a grudge choice.
Very possible.
There were a lot of starfighters in that hangar in Yavin, and he had a choice. Just saying.
Does anybody else have Luke at number 4?
Hell
No.
Negative.
Well, I mean, he's not at my number 4, but I mean,
We'll see.
Amber, you saw my list, right? Like,
I did.
can
I
go
saw
ahead?
everybody.
He's lower than 4.
Luke Skywalker's lower than 4.
There we go.
Okay.
See?
Okay.
You people are insane.
Wow, we got things to talk about.
I know my allies now.
I can't believe you
Ally.
people beat me. Oh my god.
Nikki, you're not happy with his number 4. Well, what about yours?
No.
Who's your number?
I'm all
4?
over the place with my
You
list,
know,
baby.
I'm the more I hear other people talk, the more terrified I am to say. I'm kind of like Molly in that I'm like, I don't really have great. Don't look at my list. I don't really have like an ironclad reason why, but I also like Thomas. I kind of feel like it, for me at least, it makes more sense once the other picks are revealed. But oh god, number 4, I had Leia. Oh god. Oh my god.
Ooh.
It'll make more sense for me at least once the other. Oh my god. Okay. Well, you know what? I was kind of coming. You got rid of Luke at 5th or 6th. Don't even talk to me. So, like, I was kind of coming at it from the angle of like character arcs and their like growth and their stories and
Your
so
connection to the characters.
and my
yeah.
well, no, because I mean, you know, girl power and all that shit, whatever. But like, I was trying to think of like overall character arc and stuff. And Amaru didn't make it easy for us. So, you know, once I had my number 1, I had my number 2. I think I know we're not supposed to talk about the other picks, but like, I don't know where the cards fell. I just kind of put Leia there. She's obviously a huge part of the overall story. I just have other people that I needed to stay first. So don't take away my woman card.
We won't do that. Does anybody else have Leia as their number 4?
I also had Leia at number 4, Nikki. Don't worry.
Wow.
You better be glad that we're not in
Wow.
the same room.
Yeah.
Validated.
Oh.
That's bad. That's bad. Alex,
My
why do you have
thinking-
Leia's number 4?
My thinking was kind of similar to yours, Nikki. I kind of had a theme when I made my list, and it just so happened that most of these characters are in the first movie, and that A New Hope is my favorite of the Star Wars movies. So I tried to look at it of like, these characters shaped what Star Wars would be going forward. And Leia doesn't really have a character arc so much in episode 4. She's more of like an aspiration for Luke and Han to reach. And she is just like a steady rock throughout the whole movie. So since she doesn't change as much in episode 4, that's why I had her 4th on my list.
I have a
Look,
feeling
this
that
guy here, dude.
one of your top 3 characters would be laying dead in a detention cell block corridor, if not for Leia.
Leia is the
Man.
smartest
Who's
one
to
of
say?
all of them.
Yeah, she's the smartest one in the room in the entire movies most of the time. So
Listen, Star Wars
Don't
Explained
disagree.
agreed with me, so I don't give a shit.
I don't disagree.
Well, Alex, I hope you sleep comfortably tonight. With that, Drew, Andrew, who's your number 4?
okay, so my reasoning was a lot like what yours was for your 4.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah. So my number 4 is Darth Vader / Anakin Skywalker.
Wow.
Wow.
So it was a lot like the reasons, like, oh, they have to go. He's only there because my next 3 picks are just, they had to be higher. And like I said, Luke was, I had trouble with my 4 and 5, and it was between Luke and Vader. Vader made the cut over Luke. So yeah.
Who are you?
Because a lot of my lists, I'm all over the place with my list for different reasons of who goes where. But a lot of like why Darth Vader and Anakin is at 4th is because growing up, I really didn't connect to the character as much as, or have much impact on me as these other ones do. So that's why he's at 4 for me.
All right. And
Also, he caused a lot of damage.
Yes, that too.
That's very true.
Very much so. He caused a whole lot.
Yeah.
But if you look cool while you do it, does it really?
But he
Doesn't it kind of cancel out?
I like how Thomas is like, oh, Yoda did more good after he was dead. And now he's over here
We haven't talked
praising
about
Darth
other
Vader.
picks.
He blew up a whole planet, but he looked dope while he did it.
Hey, listen,
Message.
he was the chosen one,
Yeah.
indisputably.
That's
He
true.
was.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Tarkin blew up the planet, Alex.
Yeah,
It was just
Oh,
there.
he stood
Yeah.
there.
Semantics.
He stood right there.
Technicality.
Well, I guess
With that-
Chief Bast is just as bad then, huh?
Yes.
Get him out of there.
So with that, we're done with the 4s. And as you can see, Demi and Alex have gotten rid of Leia at their number 4.
It doesn't feel good.
Major Thomas got rid of Luke. Han and Obi-Wan are safe at the moment. But Molly and Gold Leader have Yoda at their number 4, and Andrew got rid of the one who does not like the sand.
I'm the only idiot that got rid of Vader for. Wow.
Well,
It was only the first one.
3.
Number 3?
Who's your 3 then?
Wait, mine? Or
Yes.
his? Oh,
Evan,
my
Evan.
3 is Vader.
Just keep it going.
love this. I love this man so much. I cry like a little baby boy every time Vader says that it's too late for him. Because the sadness of that is not that I don't want to change; it's that I can't change. And then he does, and it's great. I love him. I am not into this duality that like, oh, Anakin didn't kill kids, Vader did that. Like, it's the same. It's a person. It's one person. Who are we kidding? We're lying to ourselves. But he's a great guy who did some horrible things.
Sure.
And I think still redeemed himself for those things. I know, because we know what's in his heart when he dies. We know that it doesn't atone for what he did, but he personally atoned for what he did, I think he lived in so much suffering for like 20-something years. Like, you know, I forgive the guy. It's horrible. It's horrible.
As long as you look cool doing it, right, Thomas?
Yeah, that's a fair metric.
Does anybody else have Darth Vader / Anakin as their number 3?
No.
No, not yet. So let's just keep
I'm
moving.
unique.
You are unique, as always. No go jacket today, though. We'll see.
No,
Alex,
I can't wear it over a sweatshirt.
Alex, what about you?
I didn't want you
to
to
have
point
your
that.
number 3.
I said Han Solo.
Wow.
I didn't want to. I didn't want to do it, but Amaru made me.
Yeah, it's true. This is all his fault.
It's okay if we're gonna critique the good doings of all these other characters. Can we talk about like that's actually kind of high? Like,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's honestly higher than I thought it would have been.
Yeah.
Yes.
For us over here, that's really high.
Yeah.
It's high.
It's
Han's
very high.
Very high.
Very high.
Again, like Han Solo is another character that I just think defined what Star Wars was going to be, where you had like the Force users and the light and the dark and the good and the evil, and then he's just like this bumbling guy who is still learning the same lessons and going through a great character arc. I love his arc in A New Hope, so I guess that's why I put him higher than most people seem to have. He was the one that I wished I could be growing up and never was. I was more of a Luke or a C-3PO probably. Thank you, Molly. I saw Molly's face. Fine, C-3PO. But yeah, Han was always so cool. So I guess I thought everyone was going to be mad at me for putting him down at 3. And everyone's shocked that I have him up so high. So never mind. I feel good about myself. You're all wrong again.
I did not have Alex idolizing the space drug smuggler on my bingo card.
Hey, spice is medicinal.
I have my medical prescription for it.
That's what he tells the Imperial authorities.
It's legal, dude.
It is. Does anybody else? Or does Alex think that he might be by himself on this?
I think he's by
He
himself.
might by himself.
He's by himself.
I accept.
Now we'll see whether or not his thoughts are right, whether or not he's got it too high or too low. But before we do that, Demi, we're back to you. Nikki.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh
Your
yeah.
number 3.
Okay. All right. You already looked at my.
I didn't see all of it.
Okay. Just making sure. Just making sure. My third place. I feel like I have to apologize for every one of these. My third place is Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm very sorry. I'm talking about I feel like it makes total sense with my first and second choice. Obi-Wan is a wonderful character. I love him. He has a great arc in and of himself, but I feel like there are other people that have more complete ones. Obi-Wan Kenobi's wonderful. I just, other people, landed above him for me. They all have their own impact on the story, but I feel like there were 2 people that had more of a different impact and a better
I'm sleeping on the
complete
couch
arc.
tonight.
Yeah, I understand.
I was gonna say, Drew, can you even
There's a
do
shield
that? I don't
behind
think
you if
have
you
that
need it.
capability.
Yeah, I might have to grab this guy right here.
I love that Nikki's notes are just like, how can I convince Andrew that I'm not a terrible person? Here
Yeah, pretty much.
Boot my favorite character out the window.
Pretty much. I'm sorry.
Did anyone join?
I feel like it makes sense when you see my 1 and 2. I feel like it makes sense. Otherwise, I'm the asshole.
We're all getting upset with each other, and it's like we're all just splitting one
like
hair
I'm more
into
upset
6.
with
I feel
myself.
like.
Did anyone else hurt Andrew's heart so badly by putting Obi-Wan at number 3?
Oh, I knew I didn't like
did.
you. I knew I didn't like you.
Who did? Thomas?
I had
yeah.
Obi-Wan
I'm
at
validated
3.
on number 4 and 3.
I will say I will use Drew. I like what you said about. I'm going to use your very good point in articulating your number 4 against you for this one for your favorite character. As a kid, loved A New Hope. Obi-Wan didn't have the impact on me immediately. He's a character that I came back around on as an adult, and I don't know if this is true, but I'm going to claim that it is. I sent this list in before I saw the trailer for Kenobi. won't say that I would revise it, but he's a character that I've latched onto more as an adult, and so this was a sentimental pick, really close one, but
All right. I have my own personal choices, even though I'm not in here, so I'll keep my thoughts to myself.
I feel
But
like at the
instead,
end, you should be punished by having to reveal your picks.
Yes.
oh, it won't be a punishment for me. I knew who my top two were off that. It wasn't even close.
Yeah.
I'll let y'all know what that is when I get there. But Drew, go ahead and get your revenge if you must, if you can. Who is your number 3?
My number 3 is our princess, our general, Leia Organa.
Okay.
So again, it was a lot of like my top 2 are there for very specific reasons. Leia is at number 3 because she couldn't take the top 2 spots, and a reason she is so high on my list is because when you think of powerful female characters in all of fiction, in movies, books, whatever, Leia is at the top of that list for a lot of people. So again, the only reason she's at 3 is because my top 2 or just have such an impact on me as a person. So that's why she's there.
Fair.
And Molly, you are the last one. So do you agree with him, or do you have somebody else at your number 3?
I've got Luke at my number 3, and I am not sorry.
Not sorry.
Thank you.
We talked about Luke. I pretty much agree with what everybody else was saying about Luke. He's, they could take him or leave him.
Wow.
The fan didn't come out for the shade.
Wow.
That was a lot. That was a whole lot. Didn't even
Take him or leave him.
That is a quote from now on.
I want that as a panel at Celebration, Luke.
Yeah, I want
Luke, take him or leave him.
Skywalker, take him or leave him.
Take him or leave him. All right, so we're then going to get into the thick of things. So everybody has 4 left. 2 of these are in their bottom 2, and 2 of them are their top 2. For Demi, it's Luke, Han, Yoda, and Vader. For Drew, Luke, Han, Obi-Wan, and Yoda. I mean, Alex, that Han thing. We'll see how that goes. Molly has Leia, Han, Obi-Wan, and Vader. Alex has Luke, Obi, Yoda, and Vader. The Major has Leia, Han, Yoda, and Vader. And then Gold Leader has the siblings, Han Solo and Obi-Wan. And what we're going to do before we reveal everybody's top 2, their number 1s, we're going to go through the bottom 2s real quick.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
Down and dirty. Let's go. Let's do it.
Demi.
Hell yeah.
Nikki, her number 5 was Yoda, and number 6 was Han.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
let's just lay it out there. Yeah.
is
Sorry,
what it
but
is.
I'm also not, but also not.
Going over to Drew. We know one of them. Who was the other? 5 was Luke. Han's also there.
Well, we already knew that, but also still, how very dare you?
Man, Han.
Alex, you might be the only one that didn't put.
If everyone puts Han at 6,
I assumed everyone put Han at
Han
6.
was first to go for me. It was like almost not even close. It's like
I would be
Yeah.
surprised if anybody else didn't put Han at last.
We'll see.
it wasn't even hard. It's like Han
That
has
was
to
my
go.
first decision.
Sorry.
Going to Molly. Molly's number 5 was Vader with Han at number 6.
Wow.
Han's
At least you got Han there.
we've got a trend there going.
Yeah.
Alex.
Andrew, look away.
Holy shit!
What? My God.
You sit here and you question me.
I don't like you anymore, Alex.
Listen,
Obi-Wan and
I'm
Yoda.
canceling your episode with you.
Oh my gosh. This is lovely.
Wow. Those are 2 heavy hitters.
Yeah. Major. Major has Han and Yoda.
Wow.
Yeah.
What
Fools.
can I say?
Oh my God.
And then last but not least, Gold Leader has
Give
Leia
it.
Oh my
Give
God.
it here. Listen.
as their
Listen.
bottom 2.
Listen, little pipsqueaks. All right.
no
Han
one's
Solo
yelling
is
at you,
a
Gold Leader. They're all
fucking
mad at
idiot.
me.
Han Solo is an idiot. All right. I love him. He's a fucking idiot.
I'm not arguing about the Han thing. This is Leia. Why is Leia
No.
there?
I'm
Listen.
hung up on what did you just call us? Bitch squeaks?
That's what I
Pipsqueak.
heard. That is exactly what I heard.
It's a thing.
But I knew what he was doing.
Listen, Leia is wonderful. I fucking love her. I do not do, and I don't like to be negative on stuff about Star Wars a lot of the time. I do not like the way she was handled in Episode 9. I know that they had no choice; they were kind of written into a corner, but it was really awkward for me. Someone put it a really good way. They were like, "It feels like when Weird Al would interview like Eminem, but it's not really him interviewing Eminem. It's like they're using the recorded answers and they're writing jokes around those answers. That's what it felt like to me. And I think she's really clunky in Episode 7 too, the way she's written. I love her in Episode 8. I think that is peak Leia, like by far. I love her, but she had to go. Sorry.
Okay. One gotta stay.
One gotta stay.
They say you're dead to me, but
he already was.
Yeah.
There was no love for Han at all. Alex did end up having
standalone
first to go.
Absolute highest. But with that, our number ones, who everybody picked to stay. Here are the numbers. One person kept Yoda. One person kept Vader. One person kept Leia. One person kept Obi, and 2 people kept Luke.
Luke's gonna squeak this out.
So nobody is on an island on their own. Go at it, people. Drew had Yoda. Thomas has Vader. Molly has Leia. Gold Leader has Obi-Wan, and Nikki and Alex have Luke.
Fuck.
Why?
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
And why?
Okay,
Alex
Leia
and I
has
are
the
right.
most potential out of any of these characters. She could have been a Jedi. She becomes a general. She is the smartest of all of them, and she gets the most done.
I don't disagree.
I don't.
Yeah.
know.
I don't disagree
She's very
either.
smart.
Leia is literally like the only competent person in the room. Like she's, So
True.
I love.
I guess I based that off of like her potential to have done it all.
Okay.
See, that's why I picked a very like specific criteria that I judged all these characters on, so that I would just have my reasoning and be like, "You're not wrong either." I just like had to find a way to put this in some sort of order.
Same.
And Luke Skywalker is Star Wars to me, and his journey, like that's what Episode 4 is, and then it got expanded into Episodes 5 and 6. And what does it mean to be a Jedi? Like, look at Luke, and that's what you need to know. So that's, to me, why Luke has to be at the top. Without him, you would not have Star Wars.
Yawn.
Listen, everyone talks about how they wanted, and Alex just mentioned this. Everyone wants to be Han, like across the board. Everyone's like, oh, I feel like, not saying that this is Alex, but everyone's like, I feel like that's me. Like I'm Han, I'm cool like him. No, everyone's Luke. Everyone in the world is Luke because he's so relatable. Everyone has felt like him at some point. And everyone calls him whiny, but like, you're fucking whiny too, you know?
Yes.
Everyone is Luke. Luke is awesome. All right.
Wait a minute. You voted for Obi-Wan. What are you doing?
Yeah, I know.
I know. Luke is my number 2.
Okay.
Luke is my number 2.
Who among us hasn't whined about power converters?
Right.
Exactly.
Look, I have my head answer for Vader and my heart answer for Vader. Vader for me as a kid was what cemented Star Wars for me. And when I watched this bootleg copy of A New Hope taped off of Fox with the commercials and everything, which I thought were part of the movie at 5 or 6 when I first watched it, seeing him stride on to Leia's ship there and just survey the carnage, it was just cool, embodied in a black suit. He is, to date, other than maybe Luke, I would say you can show Darth Vader to a person that's not familiar with Star Wars, hasn't seen the movies, and they know what character that is. My daughters have still not seen Star Wars yet, inexplicably, but they both know what Darth Vader sounds like. My almost 2-year-old can't really talk yet, but she can say Vader or a version of it. So I'm continuing this perhaps irrational love of this crazy evil character. But I also think he's a shadow version of Luke in that he is also the story of Star Wars from a different end of the spectrum. I think this is my head version of it. As Anakin, he is a character who comes from nothing, very literally, and has the weight very literally of the galaxy placed on him. I can't imagine what it's like to be told by everyone who matters to you that you're the chosen one. Not just that you're the chosen one, but it's this prophecy that's bigger than the galaxy, to have that weight heaped on you. And then he's operating in the confines of the Jedi Order, which I think failed him as much as he failed anybody close to him in his life. That's not to say that his decisions weren't very deliberate, but the framework and the foundation there was a system that had again and again put him in a position not to succeed, but to fail. And at the end of the day, still to this day, one of the scenes that puts tears in my eyes and a chill down my spine is as he's dying. He knows there's a chance, Luke is trying to get him off the Death Star. He knows it's the end of it. And what matters to him the most is sealing his sort of full redemption by finally seeing his son through his own eyes, without this mask that his sort of bottled up his hatred and everything. So my head and my heart are fully with Vader, and the rest of y'all can pound sand.
Do you think he was really, do you think when they took off the helmet, he was really stinky under?
Yeah.
And
Like
he
an
flew
old
a
shoe.
Y-wing. You can say the Y-wing.
And he
thing.
flew a Y-wing.
He flew a Y-wing.
Oh my God. Listen.
You don't have to apologize for anything, Nikki. You were right.
No, I don't, because I'm right. Because Luke is my number one. Because I mean, I know that everybody came at it from a different angle. Like, I made 2 different lists. I was like, how the fuck do I do this? I made like one list of who I'd team up with if I was like heading into battle. And then I made another one, this one, of who I, his character arc and whatever, loosely. And I just think Luke has the most complete one. Like Alex said, kind of the most classic. I know, yawn, good job, Luke, save the galaxy a bunch.
That's him throwing the lightsaber away.
That was him throwing a
I'm a
lightsaber
Jedi.
away. Yeah, I don't want this anymore. I'm abandoning the order.
They must end.
But I mean, I feel like he's a character that, and this is probably why he's like, I don't know, the main character in a lot of it. He's super relatable. He starts off this super naive farm boy, not fucking charging station, power converters. And then by the end of that movie, he's fighting. He wins a battle basically single-handedly. Empire, he comes in and he's got a little bit of footing, but he's still kind of green, still kind of naive, gets in a little over his head, tries to save his friends, gets his hand fucking cut off, And then in 6, he's like, he has a totally different energy about him, totally different aura about him. He's more in control. And even though Han's still like, wow, this idiot over here, can't save anybody, whatever. And then he puts himself on a pedestal, as he admitted. He said, yeah, I and everybody else put me on a pedestal. I'm fucking Luke Skywalker, legend, whatever, Jedi Master. And then, we don't really see him in 7 much, but in 8, we learn of all those downfalls. We learn that he's human. We learn that he can make mistakes. And he acknowledges that too. I think it's really cool to see somebody start from I don't know shit, from anything, to go all the way up to this, wow, everybody thinks that I'm invincible, to rock bottom, to wow, I let my sister down. I let her husband down. I let my fucking nephew down. And now he's ravaging the universe as a dark side user, whatever. He's not a Sith, whatever. And then he's still able to come back and learn all those lessons, learn from his own mistakes, and grow as a character. In 9, he's able to bring Rey back. She almost made the same mistake as he did, exiling herself from making a mistake. And he's able to help her come back from that, defeat Palpatine, lightsabers, all that kind of stuff, save the rebellion. I just think that Luke has the perfect character arc. And I think he's very relatable. And I resonate with that. Starting off very naive and then coming in and being like, no, wait, I can fucking do this. So I think Luke is he's it for me.
Well, in my book, in Star Wars and in life, experience should outrank everything. And who out of all of these characters has the most experience? The guy died at 900 years old from natural causes.
Drew,
he is ingrained in almost every era of Star Wars. We're about to hit phase 2 of High Republic. There's characters like that. Oh my God, even Master Yoda is helping. Even Master Yoda, right? You take Yoda, he is basically influenced almost every Jedi that we see on screen. Master Yoda taught everybody says, oh yeah, Master Yoda taught me. Master Yoda taught me. Who teaches Luke that final lesson? Master Yoda. And the reason he's my number one is not only his influence on like the characters in Star Wars, but how he influenced me as, as I'm a martial artist. I cannot tell you how many times I've heard the teachings of Jedi Master Luke Scott. I'm sorry, not Luke Scott.
Yoda. Slip. Nice.
Yeah. Jedi Master Yoda. Grandmaster Jedi Yoda. I had a real life Yoda growing up.
He
Old like Korean master. I called him Grandmaster Lee. Spoke broken English just as like he did.
Yeah, kind of.
So, and not only like that, like on filmmaking, like we had CG Yoda in the prequels. What did they do? They went back to a physical puppet. You can't tell me how, as like a fan or a filmmaker, we relate so much to a puppet. A puppet emotes so much on us. We cried for the puppet to come back. So much that we made a little tiny baby version of him that everybody loves.
Yeah, that's true.
So Obi-Wan is by far my favorite character in all of Star Wars, but the ways that Yoda has influenced my like just everything about me is why he's my number one. So yeah.
Where was Obi-Wan on your list?
2.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was my 2 also.
Yeah.
Nikki hit me up beforehand and said, if Andrew doesn't keep Obi-Wan, I'm on the floor.
I'm falling on the floor. I'm losing consciousness because I was like, I know that Obi-Wan's your favorite. So I guess after this, I'm going to have to fucking just pass out.
Speaking of Obi-Wan, Go Leader, you wax poetic about Luke. So why do you have Obi-Wan as your number one?
There's one reason I have Obi-Wan as my number one. And it's because he's the closest you can get to Qui-Gon without him being on the list. Obi-Wan is great. He was my favorite character like for my whole life, except, started off as Qui-Gon, then for like 20 years it was Obi-Wan. Recently it's Qui-Gon again. But Obi-Wan is the kind of like the warrior from a different time kind of archetype, like the samurai, the lone samurai kind of thing. He's just this like remnant of a time of nobility that nobody knows anything about anymore. And he's familiar with all these old ways. He screwed up in his mind, like royally. He messed everything up. But just the holdout, the idea that like for 20 years, this dude just watched. He sat in waiting for something else to happen, like something better to happen. And the dedication that he shares is like really, or that he shows is really powerful to me. I just really, the Maul duel as well in Rebels, I think like that's a really great scene because even his worst enemy, this person who wants nothing more than for this dude to be dead once and for all, like he still treats that person with kindness. Like that's the whole like that's like a huge thing that I like wish I want to apply that to my life. Like that's the thing where this dude is talking shit to Luke in a bar and he says, like he's basically threatening to kill Luke. And he's like, no, let's squash this. Let me buy you a drink. And the dude rejects that, obviously, but like the notion that you should do that to an enemy, to somebody that wants to kill you is really great. And like when he kills Maul, he doesn't throw him away like trash. He treats him like a person, which no one else ever fucking did. And, it's great. It's delightful. I love Obi-Wan so much.
So are you going to now squash your beef with Thomas? Is that what you're saying right now?
No.
Right now?
Never. I was going to say this. The natural end point is that Evan offers me a drink like it's Celebration. I reject, and then I get to play whatever match in the future without one arm.
No, but Qui-Gon is the real winner, folks. He's everything Obi-Wan is, but less attached to the Order. If every Jedi were like Qui-Gon, everything would be so much better. Obviously with Obi-Wan too. Obi-Wan's just a little more set in his ways. One other quick detail. I'm sorry, I rambled. But when Ahsoka leaves the Jedi Order, there is a beautiful detail that somebody pointed out to me one time. When she walks away, she refuses to come back because of how they basically left her. They betrayed her. They barred her from the Order. She leaves. Anakin follows suit. Obi-Wan takes a step after Anakin. Like he tries to go. and then Plo Koon grabs his shoulder and stops him. And so, like, the fact that Obi-Wan wants to do everything that Anakin does, but he holds himself back. Like, he has that capacity to, like, deny himself his greatest emotions is also really moving to me. So, yeah, I think Obi-Wan's great.
Wow, a softer side to Gold Leader.
Oh, no, I'm a fucking baby. I cried at everything. No, I watched Turning Red yesterday, and I was a fucking mess.
So good.
So,
I still have to watch that.
huge baby.
Really good.
It's so good.
So Gold Leader actually kind of mentioned real quick what we're going to do before we get into what two characters are actually moving on to the second round. So I'm going to pose a question for y'all to think about while I put some of our guests, our watchers, their list up. And my question is, along with your final thoughts on this list, on the episode, on who you kept and who's two and all that, I want you to answer if there was one character who was not on this list who would shake up your rankings in one way or another, what would that one character be? I'll let you think about it as we look through some of our viewers. Brian,
Another fucking hard question.
Andy has Vader and Anakin at number one. Nick, shout out to Nick. Go to bitesizebreakdown.com as we are on this channel now. Our reviews are now on Bitesize Breakdown. Nick is the person who started Bitesize Breakdown. He has Luke, Malcolm, saved Obi-Wan, Joseph saved Leia. Do we have any other more lists coming through? So yeah, those are some of them. We'll see the other the results of the fan vote before the show. If you do want to have your vote included into the fan votes, feel free to send me a list, and I will include that as the last of the 7 lists. But Go Leader, I'll start with you. I think you have your answer, so give me final thoughts on this list in general, and what character would you put in that would kind of shake up, if not take the top spot, but still shake up a little bit?
Bulio next. No.
Dexter Jester.
No, Qui-Gon obviously, but also Ahsoka Tano would be my number one as well if she was, if one of them was swapped out. C-3PO also. I
agree with the Ahsoka. Ahsoka is like quickly becoming one of my more favorite characters. The more I revisit her stories, it's like, God, she's really quickly becoming one of my favorites.
She's a good she's a good like religious allegory. Like I grew up pretty conservative religious, so like seeing somebody leave dogmatic shit behind is really great. I love her.
And she's the only one that cared about the clones when Order 66 happened. Everybody's like, because like Obi-Wan and Yoda had no qualms. Like, yep, okay,
fuck them clones.
True.
Yeah.
But Thomas, your final thoughts and a character, first character coming to that might shake up your list a little bit.
I want to say that Leia was my number 2, obviously, and it was a very tough cut between 1, 2, and 3. Leia is the character that I would hope that I can raise my daughters to sort of emulate, that sort of persistent connection to selfless service to in whether it's family, whether it's the larger galaxy, consistently giving of herself for others, and doing so in spite of her connection and abilities with the Force, largely doing so without the assistance of any of that, just plain old hard work and dedication and commitment to the ones that she loves, including strangers that she technically owes nothing to, but serves those ideals until the very end. I think there's a lot of good people on this list. I think we should add another, if we had to add another to shake it up. I'm not saying where I would put them, but Chief Palpatine. I think, say what you will about the man, but I think he would shake things up, sort of give us a character on the opposite end of the spectrum than Yoda.
I do love Palpatine.
Mm-hmm.
He's a goddamn genius.
Yes. Nikki, what about you? Final thoughts, any characters you can think of?
So
feel free to add to say.
I know you and I are probably on the same line of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So in an effort to not say the same thing as you, because I think I know what you're going to say, because it would also be something I would probably say.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope you fucking say it. I would probably go with I'd probably go with Rey. I love Rey so much. I don't care. This is Mary Sue. I
She's
don't
your
give a
favorite
shit.
character.
I love Rey.
She's your favorite character.
She's my favorite. I love her. I love her so much. I don't give a shit. And if people hate the sequels, I don't care. I don't care because I love it. And I just love. And I think that she. I mean, I'm sure it's intentional, but she kind of parallels Luke, where she starts off like, I'm just a lonely scavenger. What do I do? You know, I got this, power. That what do I fucking do with it? And she kind of parallels Luke in that way. And I don't know, like Leia, I love her obviously, but I feel more of a connection to Rey because of the way that she started. We met Leia and she was already like in control and she knew what she was doing. And while I love it and I respect it, that's not something I resonate with. I resonate more with Rey of like the starting out kind of like what. So and I also love the fact that my daughter watches her and she's one of the characters that she knows the most. She sees her on screen, she's like, Rey.
It's her middle name for a reason.
That's her middle name legally, and like she just gets really excited when she sees Rey. We were just watching, Force Awakens the other day, and the scene where Rey like first
for no particular reason.
She just moves she grabs the lightsaber for the first time on Starkiller Base, and our daughter lost her mind. She's like, oh, wow, Rey. And I'm just like, that is so powerful for little girls to be able to see this new character that they can resonate with, that, wow, I can do that too. Well, I mean, within reason, the Force is I can be cool. I can be powerful too. I can decide my own destiny. So I think Rey is really cool. I vibe with her, and I think it's really exciting for a new generation of little girls to be able to grow up with a character like her. So I think that would be my pick. Mm-hmm. But also very close race with who I think you're gonna pick.
Yeah. So yeah. So my like I said, you were surprised that Obi-Wan wasn't my number one.
I'm still surprised, and we're gonna have a long talk after this.
Again, no, Obi-Wan is my favorite character for a lot of reasons why Gold Leader mentioned. But like if Luke is like, because we had this conversation, Luke lines up mostly with my personality traits. If Luke is who I am, Obi-Wan is who I want to be. Word. If that makes sense, like the selfless guy that like everything that Evan mentioned, like guy just does the good just to be good. So but like to introduce somebody that would shake things up. I mean, where would the galaxy be without R2-D2?
Thank you.
That was gonna be mine.
He saves everybody.
Well played.
He saves everybody all the time.
Everybody. You can like, how many times has R2 saved A, B, or C? It's always fucking R2-D2.
Yep.
It's always R2-D2. So yeah. That was like, if you were to introduce somebody, it's like,
oh, how'd you know the hyperdrive was fucking broken? R2 fixed it. He saves everybody.
Our heroes would still be trapped in that fucking net if not for R2-D2.
He also
Han never could have reached that lightsaber.
He also flew a Y-wing. So.
What kills me about that scene? Han, can you reach my lightsaber? Even though I can use the Force to grab it and just cut it to the floor.
Don't you dare talk about mine and Alex's number one.
Luke.
Pick, okay? Don't you dare. They'd still be in that trash compactor if it wasn't for R2. He wouldn't even have made it that far. All right?
I will say R2 was number 7 on the list. He was very close, but
he would have been really high. He would have been very high.
Yeah.
Yoda beat out R2-D2.
He did. Alex, final thoughts and a character. Feel free to repeat if you want. Character that you think would shake up your list.
I won't repeat. I started a list of people because I knew Palpatine was my first one. R2 was my second one. I was like, someone's going to say these. Overall for the list, I mean, I think all of us saw it and we're like, shit. Like, how do you even do this?
Yeah.
All of them are instrumental to Star Wars. So I don't fault anyone for their choices except for Thomas for some reason.
That's fair. That's fair. I probably had it coming.
All right. This is going to sound like a joke, but I mean it sincerely. For someone, based on my criteria of like shaping what Star Wars could be, I think Ahsoka would fit this. But since Evan already said it, I'm going to say Cobb Vanth. I know that sounds like I know Molly's going to laugh at it. But the fact that he is a character from 3 chapters in a book that came out 7 years ago. Like he's a minor book character, and now he's been pulled into live action, and he's becoming like a person that people know. I think that is something really special to the Star Wars universe that I appreciate a lot. So, I would have wanted to put him high anyway, just because I like him kind of as a joke, but also I think that he is someone that shows the potential of the Star Wars universe.
Surprised I didn't say Biggs.
Yeah.
I was thinking that's what it was.
Yeah, I mean,
Small
obviously there's a billion like side characters we could say, and for me personally, yeah, that would mess up my list. But
Molly,
I was trying
go
to think
ahead,
bigger than me.
Take us home. Your final thoughts, and if you have another character outside of R2, who you think would shake up the list for you?
Yeah, I was gonna say Rey and R2D2 because they're huge characters for me and for the galaxy. But we're all forgetting like a big one, and that's Max Rebo.
Yes,
She speaks the truth.
let's go.
He offers
Somebody's got to play jizz with their feet.
Yeah, he offers us entertainment, and he's probably the wisest of us all. So, but I do want to say I love that everybody was so passionate about such different characters, and everyone kind of had different number ones, and their lists were pretty different. So I just love that about Star Wars, because we all love Star Wars so much, but we're so passionate about different things for different reasons.
Yeah, like I
Pretty
was really
cool.
excited for us to all yell at each other, but I also find it fascinating to listen to other people's viewpoints about their characters. So it's
Well,
like I don't want to interrupt you.
I like seeing how everyone grappled with this list and like, okay, I've got to find a way to make sense of this
Yeah.
and not look like a total asshole. So I like find a reason.
That is exactly why I love doing the show, and I am so very thankful for all of you for coming on. It has been a blast. I'm gonna do my quick plug thing. As everybody who's watched the show before, I have moved this over to the Bitesize Breakdown YouTube channel. Please, we're crew writers. We write reviews on TV shows and movies in 100 words or less, and a whole bunch of other stuff. We just released our website, and it is dope as fuck. But now, what everybody's been waiting for, let's look at it. So the fans voted. The fan vote I got before, and Vader was saved, Obi-Wan was second, and Luke was third. So with that, the points come out. Leia has a total of 7. Luke has a total of 15. Han didn't get it.
Oh, we did it, buddy. We did it.
She didn't get skunked.
Oh,
Yoda got 5. Thank you, Drew.
Oh, how dare you? How dare you?
And with that, Vader got 17.
No!
With that, we have
Two goes.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
At least Obi-Wan made it.
I'm okay with this.
At least
How-
Obi-Wan made it.
Moving forward,
How poetic.
into round number 2 with Vader finishing off with 17, Obi-Wan with 16, and Luke just missing out.
Ooh,
Just
fair.
missing out.
at least
At
Obi-Wan
15.
got there.
But it was really very close. So last, but as always, not least, as always for me, if you've watched these shows, you know that I got to go into my riddle for next episode. So the riddle for the next episode of One Gotta Stays, One Geek Tournament, we're going to continue the madness because we're going to go from galaxies to comics. We're going to figure out what is the strongest, most precious metal in the world.
Adamantium.
Vibranium.
Vibranium.
You have to hold on to them for dear life. So much so that people sometimes say that there's too much iron in your blood, or that your bones are coated in metal. Any metal, really.
Beskar.
Steel, Beskar, iron,
Gold.
adamantium, vibranium.
Gold's pretty soft, my dude.
All of the deals.
My bones are gold.
Or you just love it so much that when you see these men of metal, you geek out.
Yeah.
But by now, you're a little confused about what this riddle is trying to say. Take you and 2 of your best friends, swing on by the next episode. Because just make sure you tell them that when it comes to these riddles, I could do this all day. Those are the clues for next episode. If you think you know who's going to be the next lineup, put it in the comments below. And with that, for Molly, for Alex, For the Devolantes, for Nikki, for Drew, for the Major, Thomas, and for Gold Leader, we are out of here.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. No. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma